Hi, what's your good name?
Hi. My name is Melanie.
Melanie, you are looking like an Indian. Are you from India?
Obviously not. I'm from Germany.
Okay, that's great, Melina. And Melina, I came to know that you had some health issues with you, and for them only you came here.
Right.
So I wanted to know how it all started with you. How it all started.
Yeah. So the disease we're talking about is cancer,
Mm-hmm.
and how it all started. You
Yeah.
really want me to go back right
Yeah.
from the beginning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was first diagnosed in October 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, in Australia, emergency situation. So it was cervical cancer, and
Okay, what were the symptoms you were
the
having?
symptom was I was bleeding like a pig in the slaughterhouse.
Okay.
Like I was.
Okay.
I'm sorry. We can.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's
But
okay.
it's true. I mean, I was. Yeah, there is no better way to say it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was an emergency situation, and that's when I got to know about the disease.
Okay.
Was brought to a hospital, and then they found out what it was, and it was already stage 3B.
Okay. It was stage 3 cancer.
Stage
Three
3B already. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah.
So, what was the initial treatment they gave you?
The suggestion was chemo and radiation. Even there in Australia, they said you are not supposed to can't fly back,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to start the chemo and radiation right tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And they recommended me to some hospital, and well, I said to myself, okay, I need to sit back and think about it, and because it can't be there just since today, it will be there for always, for already quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I can take another few days to think about it, and that's what I did. And fortunately, the bleeding stopped. They somehow managed to stop it, or maybe it just stopped by itself. I don't know. So I felt good again after a few days, and I said, okay, I am flying back, because I was looking for some alternative therapy on the internet there, and I found something in Germany. Flew back, took the risk to fly back, and it worked, so it was okay. And then I started some alternative therapy. Then I started a journey of half a year of all the alternative therapies that are there on the market and available, and where you can get knowledge about in books and on the internet and everything.
In Germany only?
In Germany, yeah. But that clinic which I went to initially, they said, yeah, this is all good. We can do, what's the English word? Vitamin C infusions and turmeric and whatever, all the healthy things, and warmth and this and that. We can do that, but in your case, we need to do chemo as well. But it was an insulin potentiated one, so they only needed 20% of the actual medication. And then I said, okay, if those people say that and they are doing the alternative things, okay, it seems to be necessary. So I started that, but only 3 times.
Okay.
And then I started to feel bad, really bad. I didn't feel bad before. I knew I had this disease, but then I started to feel really, really bad.
And
And
for
then-
the reason for feeling bad was pain?
The chemo.
Okay,
just
the chemo, the pain.
Yeah,
Okay.
just the chemo. And my body talked to me and said, hey, are you mad? You are damaging your immune system, you are damaging all your strength, everything you need, you're giving away your energy, and this is exactly what you need to fight this disease, to fight it. And I quit that therapy just after 3 times. And they, it was like they felt for me, and okay, she's going home for dying or whatever. But I said, bye, I'm off. I'm out. And then,
so they clearly said it to you that this is what we can do for you, and you were like, this is the time you had in your hand?
Well, it's this worldwide guidelines where I heard the same thing in Australia like in Germany. They all said to me, you won't find anyone who's doing a surgery to you.
Okay.
Nowhere in the world, no way, you won't find anyone. So he can only do chemo and radiation. And for some reason, this didn't feel good to me. And I went with my intuition and didn't do it. So I tried these 3 times, 20% just, but that was all.
Right.
So I know what I'm talking about, what the chemo does. Even this reduced version, no, I don't want to imagine how people feel who are going through the whole thing. They must be like half dead. Yeah.
Okay, can you tell me that when did, what organs did they removed, or what parts they removed in your surgery?
First surgery? Yeah. So first of all, it was a miracle that I found this doctor. I didn't look for him anymore, but I don't want to tell the whole story, but it was like really a miracle that suddenly I was in that hospital, new emergency situation, bleeding again, and anyhow, so I found the only surgeon in Germany without looking for him who's doing that. Okay, what he removed was my womb. He thought he would need to remove ovaries and stuff. He actually didn't need to. Cervix for sure, part of my vagina, don't know, 2 or 3 centimeters, not more. What else? Lymph nodes, big thing, yeah. 61 lymph nodes, so my whole belly is, well, empty. I mean, there are no lymph nodes left.
It's a stunt. So basically they put a stunt in you.
No, it's not. That was
your report says that.
Yeah, but that's the second surgery.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the first one.
Okay.
And it's now, I'm talking about 61 lymph nodes have been removed in the belly area.
Okay.
61.
They
And still I'm suffering from that because of swollen legs and stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So the next time you had the reoccurrence of cancer, what were the symptoms that time you had? The second time?
No symptom.
Okay.
I just went to the regular checkup at my gynecologist's place, and she said to me, thank you. She said to me, oh, I can see something on the ultrasound that's not supposed to be there. And that was it. I didn't feel anything. Although I have to say I felt some weakness. I didn't feel strong. So I had a lack of energy. That's what I was observing during the last couple of months. Yeah.
Okay.
But
so it was a regular checkup that you went for, and you realized. So the next time it happened, where did it affected you? Because they have removed all your parts that were already infected with it, right? So when it like boomed back again, what were the parts that it was spread to?
Yeah, so this is not a usual story that I'm telling now, because there are parts which can't be explained in a scientific way, because just like the first time, and then it's part of the story, so I need to mention it, there were some healers working on me. Yeah. So even the first surgery was like they expected it to be worse, like ovaries need to be removed and this and that, but this wasn't the case anymore, because they worked on me. And this time, same thing, because I had my team again and they helped me from far away. Sometimes some of them without even seeing me.
Yeah.
So on the pictures, it said, when I was in the emergency room again situation, it said your bladder is infected from the outside and from the inside. There was a tumor where once my womb has been, which was, it had the size of a child's head.
Okay.
So that was visible on the pictures, and they felt it through, well,
physical checking.
Correct. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
So they felt that it was really there. And I don't know, some other spreads here and there. And then something happened that I went to the surgeon because I knew he was the only one who could do such a surgery to me.
Yeah.
So I went to that hospital, to a different city again, and to that hospital again. And I saw him, and it was actually his last couple of days in that clinic. He was about to change. It was his last day when I went there.
Okay.
And he was just about to change the clinic to 500 kilometers away in some
Okay.
other part of Germany.
Okay.
Why I'm mentioning it is it gave me some time.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to do the surgery there.
Mm-hmm.
Healers were still working on me
Mm-hmm.
since they knew I had a relapse,
Mm-hmm.
and it just gave me another 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, so first he wanted to do it there. He just came back for me from that other city. He came back to me, but when he was there, I was already prepared for surgery, and everything was like 8 o'clock in the morning. No one was picking me up for the theater, and I was thinking, what's going on here? Why don't they come? And then my surgeon came, put his hand on my head, and said, "We're not doing it today." And I said, "Why? I'm not having the right team.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it with this urologist, and that the team is too small, and so we're not doing it. And you can decide, you can have it here in a couple of days with a bigger team, but I won't be there. Or you can follow me to my new clinic, and where the decision was done in a second. I followed him. That gave me another few days.
Mm-hmm.
So, but when the surgery then happened, or a week later, and the whole belly area was opened up again, he couldn't find this huge tumor anymore, and my bladder was not affected anymore. So they thought I needed an artificial bowel exit plus bladder exit plus I don't know, maybe removing both kidneys and all of that. And the situation was better in a way, much better when
That's
they
great.
opened it. So I still get all those things.
Yeah.
But and he removed a few relapses, a few smaller ones, but then he decided to leave 2 tumors inside my body. So one was pushing against the ureter,
Yeah.
so that was already not working anymore, and the kidney is almost gone on the one side. And that tumor he left inside, and there was one on my bowel as well, which he said, okay, if I'm removing that, then she needs this artificial exit, and I'm not going to do it to her. I said to them before, if it's a close shave and you need to make a decision, are we doing it, are we not doing it? I said, please don't do it. I don't want to live like that.
Okay.
And so he didn't do it. So, but it means that 2 tumors did stay inside my body, and that was only, what do we have now? I don't. End of November. That was 6th of October.
Okay.
Yeah.
This year, to 2021?
Yeah, sure. Just
2021?
recently. Yeah. I just recovered,
Okay.
and as soon as I recovered, I flew to India.
So as soon as you felt like you had a little strength, you came to India.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Exactly.
Okay.
But it was also the time I needed to find the right therapy, and it all clicked together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your energy attracted us to you, or how did you find us?
Basically, it was intuition,
Okay.
and guidance, because I was already guided to India before. I knew that it came back. I already planned. For some other reasons, I already wanted to go to India, and that's why I was looking for a therapy in Germany or in India, and I had to focus on India anyway, because my heart already said I want to go to India.
Okay.
And so.
So
but it took-
what you searched on the net to find any therapy or anything? What did you search on the net?
So I can't tell you exactly anymore, that's for sure, but it was stuff like natural Ayurvedic cancer treatment,
Okay.
maybe whatever, what else?
This
Yeah,
was
I
the
think it
line
was that.
search? Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
And you
so
found...
I wanted to be maybe alternative as well, don't know.
So you had word with another doctors also from India?
Yes, I
Or
did
we were the
before.
first one you called up?
No, I had word with some other doctor close to, no, he was in Pune actually. So because I was planning to come to that area, and that's why I was looking there in the first instance. Yeah, I had some, and he sent this invitation to me, so my visa is based on his invitation. And it was Ayurvedic, it was cancer treatment, and yeah.
It was all that you were looking for?
Yes.
But still
and
you
no.
didn't found it. Okay. So why didn't you opt it for that? That is my question.
The question is good. Yeah, it was because he wanted me to do a CT PET scan every 6 months. Like on arrival for the first time, and then every six months. And this didn't feel right to me. You can't be, on the one hand, you can't offer an Ayurvedic treatment, and on the other hand, you do the CT PET scan.
Yeah.
I mean, I did that in Australia, and that is really, really harmful.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel right to me, and that's why. So I didn't want to book the tickets, the flights. It just didn't feel right. I had the visa, yes, but it just didn't feel right. So I kept searching, and then I was guided to this region of India.
Okay.
Himachal first, and then Rishikesh. This name Rishikesh was on my mind because some friend of mine mentioned Rishikesh a lot of times, actually, because he did some yoga or whatever kind of journey to this area, and it was on my mind. And I thought, okay, Rishikesh, I heard that before, and so I had a closer look at Rishikesh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I found you. But my confidence level was high since I talked to Dr. Gupta.
Yeah.
Actually, so first
That increases further.
Yeah.
Okay.
So even before that, I had a good feeling. So
Good
just
feeling.
when I saw your picture, it's like, I don't know, your aura is visible on the internet, for me at least. I don't know if it's like that for everyone, but it's like, okay, this is how my doctor needs to look like. Yeah, and so this is, I don't know, there was some sparkle, and that's how I got in contact. And it's really good that you're doing it so easily on the internet with this WhatsApp chat thing. It's easy. So I did that, and from that moment on, I was in contact with PT. We didn't talk that much, and it was not about the treatment itself. It was more, she transported the vibe of the clinic. She transported the love, the light, the care. That's what I felt through our talk already. It was not about the treatment. We didn't really talk about what's going on or what it would be like. Nothing really, but you transported the vibe.
So
Yeah, and
after
then-
that, you had a word with Dr. Gupta on the phone.
Right, we had a word.
So tell me more about it.
Yeah, so he took us. In comparison, the other clinic, I had a conversation with that doctor too. But before I was allowed to talk to him, I had to send $100 to his account,
Oh, okay.
and then I was allowed to talk.
Okay.
And he didn't take much time. And Dr. Gupta, it was totally different. So we started talking, and he said, okay, you gave me the feeling that you got all the time in the world for me, and you just said, tell me your story, I'm going to listen to you. So, and that's what I did. I told him my story, and he just listened, and afterwards he said a few sentences, and everything he said was like, yeah, that's it. I mean, no more questions. I didn't completely know what the treatment would be like, but I knew that is it. I had no more questions, and then I booked my ticket and jumped on a plane.
Okay.
And how did you feel when you meet doctor first time in person?
So when you planned your visit and
Sorry.
you booked, let me also ask, when you planned your visit and you booked your tickets, you be here, what was the treatment given to you initially when you first arrived here?
The first treatment.
How you felt it? How you felt it? Like the time you arrived here, how you felt about it? Were the vibes you were feeling and sensing the same, or you found it a little different here?
Yeah, sure, it was different, but in a very positive way.
That's good. That's
It exceeded all my expectations. Anything I could ever have dreamed. I was so overwhelmed, and I still am every day. I mean, this first evening when I arrived, it was 3 different flights in a row, and I didn't have any sleep. And then suddenly I found myself in a situation of being surrounded by 10, 11, 12 people, I don't know how many. And I realized, okay, they are all here just for me. This is what's going on.
Yeah.
I felt like treated like a queen or princess, I don't know. It was,
Okay.
and it goes on like that the whole time. And every wish is fulfilled, and the team is just there for me, and they care so much from the bottom of their heart. It's overwhelming, totally. And the treatments are very, it's really, it meets my,
Expectation.
it totally meets my needs.
Okay.
Yeah, in every way. And if they find out, okay, it's not working perfectly, then they changing the treatments and everything. So it's very,
So your
very
comfort
individual.
is like the utmost priority, you are saying. As per your comfort, they are changing the treatments, they are changing their working style and everything.
This is how it feels for me, and this is how it is. Yeah, and they care so much, and more than they need to do. I mean, even in their time off work or free time, and it somehow doesn't exist. They still care.
So the first day when you came, you had, what I heard, that you had some bowel issues. You had some pain in your body from the last 1 or 2 weeks. So after the first meeting you had with Dr. Gupta, it was a 1 hour or 1.5 hour meeting, I remember. So tell me about it, how you felt after that meeting.
Yeah, so it was one more confirmation of that I made the right choice for me. But you were mentioning my side effects, so bowel issues and all that, and bladder issues and this as well, and pain, and those issues are still not solved.
Okay.
So the pain is better, the pain in the lower back, but sometimes it still appears, and the swelling of my leg and stuff, this is still there, but I'm here for the cancer treatment. And I mean, what I learned is that this focusing on the positive and, you know, all these things, and this really makes me feel so much better. So if I wouldn't have these side effects, I could just say that I improved so much.
Okay.
Yes. So this overall feeling of happiness and this sparkle of life and all of that, you brought it back to me and brought it back into my life. This is what I can say for sure.
Thank you.
Totally. Yeah.
That's great.
And that's what the cancer treatment is about, yeah.
Thank you.
You switched on the light.
Thank
Back
you.
on.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Totally. Yeah, and over time, I just hope that I can deal with those physical issues. And they are doing the best they can do. And maybe we can solve some more of these issues. I still hope so. Yeah.
Okay, that's great to hear. That's great. Congratulations on being recovered and healed here.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you are going to lead a very, very, very beautiful and full of gratitude life ahead, and you'll be hale and hearty and smiling always.
And if this smile should ever stop, I come back. Okay.
You should come back to the smile therapist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So after you had 3 to 4 sessions of yours, of your counseling sessions and your treatments, did you felt any changes in your thought process, in your lifestyle, in your health, everything overall?
Yeah, you want to find out where it clicked, where the
Yeah.
changing point
Yeah.
was, but I can't actually tell you. It's
Okay.
a slow process. It's really like, just like I said, switching back on the light, or not just switching it back on, it's more than ever. Yeah. So, and I learned a lot. I mean, you got so much wisdom, and I was already on a good path before I went here, but this is like my mastership. Yeah, yeah.
Masters.
And, and you are my highest teacher, you're my professor, my guide, all of that. It feels like
I'm
mastership.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful.
Me too.
Do you feel spiritually connected? Do you feel the wisdom has changed your thoughts and that is the reason your body is healing?
Yeah, not really changed, but increased, or it exceeded. So it's got so much deeper and more. And I was, just like I said, I was already on the right track. And a lot of things that I hear here, that I'm hearing here, this is not my language, by the way. I didn't hear them for the first time, but you sum it all up, and it's like, now it's really, it's not theory anymore. It's not in my head anymore. It went from head to heart. So I think this is a nice way to put it. So, yeah.
Basically, it's in your subconscious mind now and settled in your
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Earlier, it was more casual, and you were like, okay, that's it.
Yeah. So, for example, all the things you can read about self-love and so on. Yeah, I knew that in theory, but now I can feel it.
Right.
So that's the difference. That's the big difference. And
now it's in every cell and every blood drop in your body. It's like inherited.
Right, and this is, it's like you gave me an injection of light or something. Light and love. Yeah. So instead of having
from the bottle of antibodies to antibiotics to the bottle
That's
of love.
That's what I wanted to say. No chemotherapy, it's light therapy in the veins. Yeah, right. Right.
That's great, Melina. We are so happy for you. Congratulations.